Are there switchheads? Kanan here and welcome back. Today we're looking at Wife Quest, an action-adventure platformer that has a little more to offer than first meets the eye. But does it have enough to hold interest long enough? So go ahead and hit that subscribe and join us again for weekly reviews and sales. And with that, let's dive in. You know the old saying, life's a bitch and then your husband gets kidnapped by a flying one. No, really, that's pretty well the plot here. And then, obviously, it's up to you to embark on a wife's quest to get him back. And that means killing a shitload of monster females. And for reasons I'll kind of explain later, you hump and do strange things to their bodies. Sure. Why not? So, it's a platformer. Okay, so you got all your normal offerings here, left, right, jump, and swishy of the sword, but you could also fall through platforms, which is handy for getting to platforms lower down when you need to. And you've also got a shield, and this shield can basically protect you from the enemy, but you have like a gauge up to the top left, and if that runs out, you can't use it anymore. And this will protect you from, well, as you've just seen, normal creatures and also enemies that fire projectiles at you. Yeah, take that, lady, with a bow and arrow. And did I mention that this gauge can also be used for your, well, gliding ability? Quite nice, actually. And then once you've mastered all the controls and learned how to actually kill the enemies, it's then time to get down and dirty and start ripping out their souls. Or at least I think that's what you're ripping out. And some of these souls contain collectible extras, which I'll kind of come back to later on. But it's more the point of how you rip them out, which is the, I don't know how to explain it. Oh dear Lord, what the heck is happening here? What the... Okay. The controller down slowly, walk away. Some things you really just can't unsee. Let's talk about bosses instead, shall we? And it's your usual thing here, figure out the pattern to defeat them. Although I have to admit I did actually find these boss battles a challenge, and I'll certainly say I didn't complete them on my first attempts. I did enjoy them and on occasions got really frustrated completing them. Okay, so this is definitely more complicated than I first thought. Oh shit. Oh, you're joking me. Oh, and as a little hint, when you think you're done, think again. As in, don't just relax thinking that the actual battle's over. I felt the gameplay pretty well held itself well, and weirdly, or not weirdly, I found I was having fun playing it. I have to admit that I found the little talking sections, as in the story bits, were weird, wacky, and, well, sometimes funny, even though translation was a little not perfect here and there. As well as all of this, it did offer some extras. While collecting coins dropped or taken from chests, some hidden in the levels and well worth actually exploring just to find them. And what do you do with these extra coins? I probably don't hear you crying. Well, you use them in a shop. Yes, go figure. And the shop's accessed from the map area. Oh yay, a map! The shop does offer you many a treat to help you along your adventure and some extras on top, and even some health and mana that you can take with you as well. So this is what all that money that I have been saving up and collecting is used for. And you can even get information. What? Okay, so basically the shop has, well, what you'd expect it to have: crystals, health, extra armor, extra power up for your sword, and a bag. I'm not quite sure what that is for. And apparently changing your look just changes your picture slightly. Not 100% sure why. And talking them extras, Okay, so there seems to be a lot of extras that you can collect, including like animations for some inexplicable reason why you'd want to do that. You've got the music of the game, which actually is quite cool. You can go back and actually just play different bits of the score that you've actually managed to unlock. And then you got your trophies, which actually is quite neat because it tells you a percentage of what you've actually completed in them. And then obviously you've got all this to work for as well, which is pretty cool. And then you've got your image gallery, and that explains from the shop of unlocking the extra pictures for yourself. And there are quite a few to actually collect. And I don't know, it's not great, but it's also something to aim for as you're playing the game. It's extras, like it says on the tin. And for good measure, there's even challenges, and you can see these along with how well you've done at the end of each sections. I do like the amount of information that they give you at the end of each section, and it's not completely useless information. Take for instance the best time, which means that you can go back and speedrun these sections. And then the enemies killed, well, this collates to the Ymir challenges. And this actually is quite interesting in itself, which gives you even more that you can actually do within the game. Defeat all monster girls, as you saw. I hadn't got the actual challenge completed. Had I had, well, I'd have the challenge completed, obviously. Finish the level in less than 5 minutes 30 seconds, and I get another challenge. I really need to do better, don't I? Graphically, it's pixel art and looks nice, with a good few like enemies and environmental challenges. I felt it looked pleasing and on occasions very odd, as in those odd things I showed you earlier. The sound, however, is nice, music okay, and I really never felt like I needed to turn it down at any time. Environmental sounds, well, they were the same, they felt okay, nothing really wrong with them. The good, surprising amount to do. There is actually decent platforming here. I felt it had value for its money it was asking for, and extras unlocking as you played. The bad did get a little bit samey later on in the game. Some odd cringy moments, again I've shown you some of them. A few minor control issues, getting to the side of a platform when you need to without falling off the side of it was a bit of a pain in the arse sometimes. It's definitely more of a grown-up game, one might say. As odd as it was, this little title held my attention, and I had fun playing what was on offer. Price seemed fair, with only a few points that let it down a tiny little bit. For me, it's a 3+, and I'd recommend it to anyone who likes these wacky style of games. And now, whilst I find my alternative, I know I've left it here somewhere, why not hit that like button? Always helps the channel and also shows me that you're enjoying what you're watching. And also, why not hit that subscribe button to be kept up to date with all my latest content. Weekly reviews and sales, and now with my Switch Heads Extra, more is on its way. Ah, here it is, the alternative. I put it somewhere. And today I'm going to be suggesting any of the Shantae Half Genie series. And these are actually really good. I own some of them. They're good fun. They've got sort of like the same sort of feel to them as Wife Quest. And I think, yeah, if you like Wife Quest, you'll definitely enjoy these. And as usual, if you've got any questions or thoughts upon the Wife Quest, leave them down in the comments. That is, after all, where they belong. Come and visit me in our community Discord. I'm always up for chatting in there. Link is down below, because our life is better when we switch together.